Guys, you guys don't lose 4 games in a row very often. Just kind of what's the state of the team right now? How are y'all feeling?
It's just everybody's obviously down. Nobody here wants to lose. We all show up to the park every day wanting to do our best, and that's the end goal as a team. That's the whole goal. You come here to win, and you want to win every game you can. And recently we've been losing a lot of close games. We just haven't been coming through, and there's a lot of lessons to be learned. And one of those is just learning that the little things add up, and the little things can make the difference in a lot of wins in your season. Because the past 4 games, we make one play here, one hit there, maybe one batter that the guy pitched to, whatever. We could have it flipped around really quick.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating, especially for me. Like Heston said, the little things do matter. And, we're getting 14, 15 hits a game. We're out hitting the other team, but we're leaving too many runners in scoring position. And, honestly, the lineup's just not clicking. And, we're off to a slow start, and we need to, figure some things out. For instance, like tonight, I got a sack. I should have sacked the ball, and I didn't get it down. Who knows, that could have been the difference in the game. And that's on me. It's on nobody but myself. I should have did my job. And just little things like that, it definitely matters, but it's definitely frustrating.
Casey, what have these last few days been like for you, struggling, benched, and now back in the starting lineup and 4 hits today?
Coach called me that day and told me I wasn't gonna play. And I just flat out told him, I said, honestly, I don't need to play. You're right. I need to sit out. I need to put somebody else in there that, will generate some momentum for the team. And I wasn't doing my job. So, you can't take things for granted, obviously. And it sucks, being a junior and playing the last 2 years in the lineup. But at the same time, we all want to win. They want to win. Coach wants to win. And, when I'm not doing my job, especially being an older guy, something needs to change. So it was definitely frustrating. My mental side was just really bad, and just in my head a lot. And, it was good to, sit back and actually get a different perspective on the game the other night. And I thought Coach did the right thing by sitting me. Nobody's position is definitely stuck there. Obviously, you don't do your job, then it's going to happen. And it's good to see younger guys get in the lineup and play the way they did. Like Gregory, he did a good job, and Moore stepped up at shortstop. So it was definitely good to see that we could depend on those guys and not just a certain few.
Casey, you hit the ball hard a couple of times today. Did the stance look more like when you were a freshman a little bit, or are we just imagining that?
Yeah, no, that's kind of what me and Coach talked about. I decided that after talking with him that we just need to simplify everything, take out the leg kick, and just see the ball. And, let's go into a toe tap like Franklin and Nesbitt, and that'll help me slow it down. And it was good to see that it's, paying off. But, just because I had a, 4-hit night, it doesn't mean anything. I need to continue to come in and work at it and get better every day and continue to, just improve. Because, at the end of the road, we're going to need all 9 guys in that lineup and maybe a few more off the bench.
That ninth inning bunt, was that on your own, or did they call that for you?
Coach said if he moves back, then, lay one down. And I was seeing the ball pretty good tonight, so, he came up and then he backed off. And it was good to see that, I had that trust in myself that I could get it down, and Coach had the trust in me to get it down because, it's a tight situation. Typically you don't want to bunt, obviously. But, it was definitely good to see.
Heston, what's Casey been like the last few days, and how good was it to see him come out and have 4 hits tonight?
Oh, he's just been a good teammate like he always been, whether he was in the lineup that one day or not. He's just doing everything he can to help the team. And, it's baseball, some days you're going to show up, you're not going to hit, and some days you're going to come here and have 4 hits like he did today. And he's just showing up with a good mentality and being a good teammate, and that's all you can ask for. You're going to have good days, bad days, and great ones too. So you just got to keep it rolling. It's a long season. You just got to keep showing up, working hard, and getting better.
You guys are 2 vets, 2 leaders on this team. I know it's early, 14 games, or a couple games in. How do you approach it with these guys and kind of step up and be leaders?
Oh, it's the way the game is, and it's honestly a little bit good that we're experiencing a little failure early, because it really shows the identity of yourself as a player and as the team, how you respond to failure. It's so easy when you're having success to keep it rolling or being in a good mood, but how do you respond when things aren't going your way and stuff isn't working for you? That really shows who you are as a person, who you are as a team, and I think it'll help a lot of us as players further on down the road to help us win more games.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm with Heston. Honestly, just piggyback off that. Maybe after the Gonzaga series, we got a little, big-headed maybe. We might have took it a little bit for granted. And we walked into Houston like, we own the place. And I think it's, as much as I hate to say it, I think it's good to see that these guys, just let them see that, we're going to lose games. We're going to lose close games. I mean, that's, 4-by-1 run, 3-by-1 run. I mean, obviously it sucks, but there's a lot there for us to look at and build off of. That just shows you what we need to improve. Like, we see that we have the fight in the last few innings, but, can we do that earlier in the game when it matters, when the runners are on second base or third base with less than one out, or when we have runners on first and second and no outs and I need the sack? We got to get those little things down. And so it's a lot of good things to build off of there. Obviously, it wasn't our night, but then again, there is no excuses. We left too many on base. We out-hit them. They had a few big hits with runners in scoring position. We just didn't do it. We didn't do the little things right that mattered like that. So I think it's good for these guys to see, and they definitely need to build off that.